Welcome back to Tucked In Wizards, guys. This is an emergency trade episode.
Yes, sir.
My name is Aidan, and I'm here with Ben.
Welcome back, guys. Breaking from Shams from like a couple hours ago. But the Milwaukee Bucks are trading. I'll pull it up on the screen. Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, and a pick swap to the Wizards for Kuzma and Patrick Baldwin and second-round draft compensation. We're here to talk about it, give our initial thoughts on both sides, the Wizards and the Bucks. Mostly the Wizards, though.
Yes, sir.
What do you think? We still don't have the year on the pick swap yet. Shams has not
Nope.
tweeted that out, so I don't know what year
that
is. Hopefully
we don't have the year on the pick swap. We don't know how many seconds or which seconds are getting involved, but we just know they're seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, this is kind of what I expected out of a Kuz trade, like getting a kind of aging vet that's declining and a promising young guy. So I'm happy. This is exactly what I wanted. I wanted Kuz off this team all year, pretty much. I've been saying it every episode for the last 6 months or whatever. So I'm glad it finally happened. I think it'll clear things up for our rookies a lot. And I think Chris Middleton should be fine. Maybe we can find somewhere for him in the offseason. Maybe we buy him out. Doesn't really matter to me either way. And AJ Johnson has looked kind of good. He's mostly been playing in the G League and like shown a little bit of flashes. And we'll see if he can kind of translate that over. One thing that Ben just found out actually is that he is tiny. He's like 6'4", 160.
Yeah.
So he's really going to struggle with contact. But he is a shooting guard. So as long as he can shoot well, that's all that matters. Right?
Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Like Chris Middleton, first of all, I kind of feel for Bucks fans. I think Kyle Kuzma is going to be great for them, but it is hard to trade a guy that won you a championship. I know we just saw that with the Lakers doing that. We'll talk about all the trade deadline trades in like a big thing, because I know there was some big shit that just happened. Of all time, and then we're still going to get more. Like Kevin Durant might get traded, Jimmy Butler might get traded, so we'll talk about all that later. But just like I feel for Bucks fans, Chris Middleton, I'm hoping he'll be a good vet on the Wizards. He has that player option for $34 million this year. He's going to accept it. And at the very least, I'm hoping he could mentor some of the young guys, maybe get some run in, maybe a team bites next trade deadline. I highly doubt it. His ankles seem kind of cooked, but you never know, I guess.
Yeah, I think we might buy him out after this year.
I think so too.
And let him go to a contender, which is fine by me. But the mentoring thing is really intriguing to me. I think he could do a lot for Keyshawn George. I think he could do a lot for Bilal. I think he could do a lot for a lot of our younger kind of forward guys that aren't quite sure what they're trying to do.
If people forget, Chris Middleton played for those Pistons teams back in like 2013, and by those Pistons teams, I mean the one Piston team, and he played 27 games. But he was on those Pistons teams, so he kind of knows what it's like. And he was on those Bucks teams when they were really building, so he's been through the process for sure.
Yeah, and it'll be nice to just be like, because it's coming from Kuz, who's never. I mean, this is what he came into in the NBA, and they immediately won, and like. It's not a situation he's familiar with, mentoring the young guys. Where like Chris Middleton's very used to something like this.
Yeah.
And I do really feel for Bucks fans. This is kind of like their John Wall for Westbrook moment. But even
That's
like worst to them face to face. Yeah, it is kind of. But Chris Middleton is like he's to them what John Wall was.
Yeah, for sure.
Really like like their first really
him and Giannis are like the duo.
Yeah, him and Giannis, Wall and Beal. But Giannis is obviously better than Beal ever was.
Yeah.
But it's like you never like to see a fan favorite go. It kind of sucks.
Yeah. For the Bucks though, I think there's a little bit of an overreaction. I think Kyle Kuzma is much better than Chris Middleton is right now. I know he hasn't
just because he can play.
Shown it, but we're talking about like over the last 3 games here or last 4 games. I can even go back even further than that. He's got a 30-point game. He's got a few stinkers in there, but he scored 19. He has 31, 22. Wizards on a 2-game win streak, by the way. Nobody cares about that.
No.
He's going to be good in that third option with the Bucks. I think the Bucks fans are going to be happy when he plays more under control than he has been with the Wizards.
Yes, I'm not sure how under control he's going to be playing, but even just to be a guy that stands there and can shoot or drive when the ball gets kicked out to him is nice. He can shoot, sort of. He gets hot.
Yeah, he gets hot.
If he's hot, you just feed him,
yeah.
And he is fine. And then if not, he can just drive. And it'll be like, there'll be moments where he's useless, but there are moments where Chris Middleton is useless too.
Yeah, and Chris Middleton.
It's kind of how being a third option is. You're not always going to be having a good game, but he has the potential to have good games for sure. And look at the Lakers; it worked there.
Yeah,
it wasn't quite the third option, but it was close.
Yeah, really the only thing I don't like about this for the Bucks is the fact that they're trading like the guy, like their homegrown guy. But Like, really, that's just a sentimental thing. Chris Middleton has not been playing well this year, and they need someone like Kuz if they really want to make a run.
Yeah. I mean, you really just need to face the facts at a certain point. It's like him and Giannis can never stay healthy together. So you'd rather
Mainly
just
him.
have. Yeah, it's mainly him. But last couple of years he was healthy. Giannis wasn't. So you really got to consider like, okay, we got to build around one of these guys, and it's Giannis. Obviously, we're not building around Chris Middleton. So
not
we
at
got to
this
ship
point.
him off for someone who can. Kuz will play most games. Who's kind of injured this year, but it's just kind of like a little ticky-tacky.
Yeah, it felt like a Wizards tanking injury type thing.
Yeah, and even he'll play pretty much every game. He'll play every playoff game, and like even if he's not amazing, he's kind of like, to me it's kind of like PJ Washington. Where like
I think that's a really
he doesn't
good
do a
comparison.
whole lot, but he'll be good for them. I think so.
Yeah, and I think Kuzma's better than PJ Washington as well. So I think the Bucks, because he could drive, he could score inside, and like he could really like. There were times in those Wizards games where they were just giving it to him in the post and he was making a play. So, you don't really want to rely on that like the Wizards were doing. But you do it every now and then, he'll make a play for you.
It's nice to have the option where, it's like, okay, we have Dame, we have Giannis, and now they have to worry about, okay, what if Kuzma starts getting
Exactly.
We have to start cutting Kuzma.
Exactly. So overall,
I think he'll thrive in the role where like they'll sag off him and he'll just get the ball and dunk on it.
Yeah.
Like he's good at that kind of stuff, and he's mentored by LeBron, so I think his Wizards tenure got a little bit overblown, but I think he does.
I mean, this is really the only year where he was bad.
Yeah, and he was great for us last year. And again, I think everyone was talking about the Mavs trade this year. I don't mind skipping out on that to get a slightly worse return. Maybe we missed out on a first or something, but to me, the young guy, AJ Johnson, is a big thing. Even if he doesn't pan out well, it's just nice to get another swing at it.
Yeah, he's basically a first-round pick. He was picked, I believe, either right before or right after Keyshawn George in this draft.
23rd. So, Keyshawn was what, 26?
24, I think.
24.
So it's basically another first-round pick, and then we'll see what that pick swap is. Overall, I think the Wizards did pretty well for the value of Kuzma. Like you were saying with the Mavs, they could have done better last year, but it is what it is. If you were telling me that Kuzma would fall off this hard going into the year, I'd probably call you a little crazy. So.
Yeah, and if last year you were like, hey, you're going to trade Kuzma for Chris Middleton and a young guy, I'd be like, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not that crazy of a trade. Like, it's, about what I expected. And to me, the big thing, again, is just getting Kuzma off our team.
Yeah.
Letting Bilal play, letting Keyshawn take those minutes, letting all these young guys really start stepping up. And, I think this is kind of their way of being like, hey, guys, rest is on you. Kuzma's not there to, Kuzma's been the reason why we won some of those games. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you're going to have to figure out how to win without him, without that guy that you can just dump to.
Although I guess Chris Middleton will probably do a little bit of that.
Yeah, true. I honestly think he might be out with a injury.
No.
For quite some time.
Yeah, maybe. I saw someone either tweet or I was on Reddit where someone was like, yeah, Chris Middleton was on the injury point for ankles, plural. Like both of them. So I don't know. Patrick Baldwin, he's going home to Milwaukee. He's from Milwaukee, so happy for that.
Good for him.
He will not play for this team, especially with Doc Rivers as the coach.
No.
So it's kind of
completely inconsequential part of the trade. Doesn't matter that we traded him because he wasn't playing here and he won't play there.
Yeah.
It's like Johnny Davis.
Yeah.
Like maybe we throw in Johnny Davis with Valanciunas and he's gone too, and it's like, sure, he's going to be gone by the end of the year anyway.
Yeah. So
who really cares?
Good to see him back in Milwaukee where he played college hoops and where he's from.
Yep.
So that's good. I believe that's it. I'm excited to see AJ Johnson. We'll see if he plays today. I doubt he'll play today. But
there's no way he plays today.
We'll see if he can crack the rotation here for the Wizards, which he should be able to, especially as we get closer. We still got Brogdon on the roster. We still got Valanciunas on the roster. Both of those guys will probably be shipped out by the deadline. And we'll be back when that happens.
Real quick, I want to take a quick look. What do you think the Wizards starting lineup looks like now? Is Keyshawn coming in? Is Kuzma coming in?
Probably Keyshawn, I would say. It's probably Keyshawn, Bilal, Poole.
Yeah.
Who's been starting it?
It's probably Bub, Poole, Keyshawn.
Bub hasn't been starting.
Bilal, Sar. Hasn't he? I thought he was. He started 34 games this season.
I thought Brogdon started last night. I don't know. I don't remember.
Maybe Brogdon started last night, but not Kispert. Bub's been the one mostly started.
Yeah. So
Brogdon's
Bub,
only
Poole,
started
Bilal,
13.
Keyshawn, Sar.
Yeah, maybe Brogdon. I have a feeling he might be.
Brogdon might be getting the start today because they want to showcase his value.
Yes, I think so too. Because I think we're definitely not done. We're gonna have like at least two more tomorrow. I think. Because this was the big trade I think for us this year.
Yes.
Was Kuzma. But then there's Valanciunas for probably Nurkic. That's probably happening. Which I'm
And
not
Marvin
super happy
Bagley might
about,
get
but
moved as well. That's another.
maybe we can get Ryan Dunn out of it.
The Suns would
Keep
be
getting all these
stupid,
2024 firsts. Yeah, no, they wouldn't do that.
Oh, I didn't realize
They
they were
already
the
threw
Rising
out the
Stars
college
draft.
stats.
We have 3 Rising Stars, by the way. Another mention. Bilal,
Is that
Bub,
tonight?
and Sar. Apparently the draft already happened because Bilal and Bub are on the same team
shit.
and Sar is on. I guess this is Tim Duncan's team. So
Wizards team.
we got a Wizards team. Hopefully they'll make an appearance at All-Star Weekend. It is kind of funny they got 3 Wizards. And hopefully we'll see Jordan Poole in the 3-point contest as well.
Yep. Fingers crossed. Be nice to get Bilal in the dunk contest, but it doesn't seem like it's happening.
Not happening yet. All right, that's our initial thoughts on the trade. We'll be back for the next trade, and then we'll be back after the deadline for our normal longer episode. So, yep. All right, Gafford, take us out.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy DG. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Nothing major. We hitting the wizard bed tonight, baby. Let's get it, Gafford out.